for a marketer, I think it's an exciting time for you to take a step back and truly think about revisit how you're going about doing things. I was with the Girl Scouts of the USA for a little over 5 years. And then prior to that, the Red Cross of Greater New York, which is the largest chapter of Red Cross. I'm assuming that's still the case. And then in 2009, I started my nonprofit career, quite honestly, through a 4-year stint with the New York Public Housing Authority. But prior to that, many moons ago, I really spent the majority of my time in media, kids media, frankly, kids and family oriented media. I began my career after college in advertising. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, even though I was pre-med. I realized, like so many people, I got to my senior year, I don't think I really want to go to medical school. What am I doing? So I took some time to think about what I wanted to do. Advertising, I always loved commercials, the creative process. Hey, let's try that. And so I went to join Young and Rubicam at a time when ad agencies were still on Madison Avenue. So I'm really dating myself. But after being there for 3 years and working on a lot of new product, a lot of consumer product goods, a lot of new product extensions or rollouts where I got a lot of exposure to the brand marketers who are leading these efforts, I became interested in marketing overall. I didn't want to just focus on advertising. I really wanted to be involved in the whole picture. So I went to graduate school, Kellogg, and then after a short stint at Amex, started my career at Nickelodeon, MTV Networks, and then PBS Kids. So youth and families media. And it wasn't until 2008, 2009, where there was a major recession and I was taking a step back and thinking, like, what do I want to do next? And really felt it was important to do something that was connected to, had more of a purpose for me, I guess you could say, make an impact. And there was an opportunity at the New York Public Housing Authority. So I think my superpower is figuring out the path to push an organization and or people on a journey to take on something or embrace something that perhaps that they've never done before. In terms of LLS, shortly in my tenure, I started the end of January, and then by March, we were in shutdown, lockdown. Yeah. And we started hearing from our patient resource center, started hearing from patients who were saying, I don't have enough financial resources to get to my hospital treatment. I was just furloughed. I'm concerned about my shopping bill, et cetera. And so we needed to stand up. The decision was made to stand up a financial aid program for blood cancer patients, matching our dollars that we had along with various partners. And we had to put together an effort to make the patients aware of that the program and service was out there and get it out there. And so that was in my mind, that was a true test of how nimble the team could be to pull together all the various elements and touch points, not just in our own channels like social and web, et cetera, but also importantly, a lot of outreach to healthcare providers, to grassroots organizations that support cancer patients, specifically patients who don't have as many financial resources. And so I learned a lot about the dynamics or the challenges, frankly, that patients encounter beyond the diagnosis. The diagnosis is the beginning of what is this long journey. And so much of what they're contending with is more than just the medical treatment itself. It's also every aspect of their life. One is embrace this idea of failure. I really think that when you're putting yourself in situations where you're stretching yourself and you're going out of your comfort zone, yes, you feel uncomfortable and awkward, and it may not work out, and then again, it will, but I guarantee you're going to take away, you're going to learn something about yourself. You're going to draw on insights that you would have never had if you had stayed just within your comfort zone. And then the second is, and I learned this a little much later than I would have liked, but always take the meeting. If you get a call from, whether it be a headhunter or someone perhaps you used to work with, who's like, hey, I'm thinking of you about this opportunity, I want to talk to you about it, I wouldn't dismiss it out of hand. You'd be really surprised about, I think you have to be open to what's possible.